Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over the project for semester 2 for your honors project. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to choose a fiction, novel, or play by an American author. Make sure that it's an American author. Please don't, every year I get someone writing about Shakespeare. He's not an American author. So make sure that it's an American author. Can be contemporary authors, and you can pick a John Green book, or you can pick a historical book that you really like Of Mice and Men or something like that. So you're gonna pick a play or a novel by an American author for this project. So it can be one that we've read, or you can choose another one that you like. Your choice should be something that you find interesting so that you can do well with the project. So make sure that you're picking something that, it's a book that you like or a play that you like. And so what is going to happen is you're going to have two different aspects. Just like last semester, you're going to have two different aspects. But they're going to be different this time. So you're going to have either an oral presentation or a creative assignment. So there's something creative. So you're either going to give an oral presentation where you can do something like what I'm doing, a screencast where you can have a PowerPoint and you can talk, and then send me that recording. Or you can do a creative assignment. And then you also have to have a short literary analysis. So you have to have an oral presentation or a creative assignment and that literary analysis. So there's two things you have to do. The entire project is worth 60 points, which, remember, is in the test section, so it's worth a lot of points once you have the weight added to it. All parts of the project are going to be due on the 15th, so you basically have a month if you're a graduating senior, and then a month and a half if you are not a graduating senior. And so you're going to submit your work in the school Dropbox in the class. I will open it up, this weekend probably. And you can submit multiple times to that Dropbox, so don't stress out if you have your oral presentation and your literary analysis, so you have two things you can submit multiple times. When you're writing the project, make sure it's the usual MLA format. I waited to send this out just so that I knew we had gone over it, and we've given out the MLA handbook. But 12-point font, 1-inch margins, your name's in the upper right-hand corner, using those in-text citations that we've gone over, things like that. Different from the research paper is that I am asking for a cover page for your project with your name, the author, and the title of the book you've chosen. So then I will be, so now I will be able to know exactly what I'm getting into before I start reading. And again, make sure you are turning them all in via Dropbox. So here is the oral presentation, which is, worth half of the points. So it should be about 5 to 7 minutes long. You can use an app like what I'm using Screencast-O-Matic, and you can save it to YouTube and then just send me the YouTube link. Or you can use your video on this as well. I'm not right now, so that you can focus on what's on the page. So you can use that. It works really well, and it's free. You're going to do a brief discussion of the background information about the author. So just kind of a quick, kind of like what we do in class, where we give a little bit about them. Historical background around the time that's related to the book. So if it's, written in the 1800s, a little bit of historical background related to the book. Plot summary. So make sure you're talking about the beginning, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. So just give me a plot summary. A characterization of an important character. So we've talked about these. Are they a static character? Are they a dynamic character? How have they changed? Characterize the character. Who are they? Are they inherently good? Are they bad? Talk about one of the important characters. Your personal review to the reading. 5 stars would recommend. 1 star, never waste time, never read it. Your experience reading it. Did it give you any emotions? Did it help you or emotionally impact you in any way? Why or why not? What message did you get from the book? And then, do you think the author was successful in getting the message across? and then your opinion if the author raised issues, what was your opinion on it? And then again, who should read it and why would you recommend it? If you choose not to do the oral presentation and you want to do the creative one, you're going to choose one of these options. There's a lot. You're going to choose one of them, and it needs to be 1 to 2 pages typed in the 12-point font. If you really like it, you can go longer, but don't send me a 30-page book, please. I've had that happen. At the top of the paper, make sure you're writing the description you which one of these you chose, because there's 40 of them here. So make sure you're telling me which one of these you chose. And so there's a whole list of different options. You can write about one of the characters' lives 20 years from the time the story ends. Change the setting of the book and then talk about how this setting change would alter events. Pretend you're spending a day with one of the characters. Which character would you choose? Why? What would you do? There's lots of different options in here. There's, like I said, there's like a lot. I lowered it to only 25 this time, 24. Write the plot for a sequel. There's a lot of different options here. Should you choose in the creative section to do a visual project, whether it's a map or a collage or a diorama, it should include no less than a 1-page explanation. So last year I had someone submit, it was really cool. They did research on the historical layout of the city where the book took place, and she created a map based on diagrams that she found in historical archives. She recreated a map of the plot of the story, and then she wrote a paper on it. It was really cool. And so then this is, again, descriptions of different visual ones you can take. If you don't want to write and you want to do a visual, you still have to write, but you be more creative with it. So you can create a song, make a diorama, you draw. One person recreated the main aspects of their story into a graphic novel. That's something you can do. So there's different aspects that you can do as well. Again, it's 30 points. So whether you do the oral or the creative assignment, it's 30 points. And so basically I'm looking to make sure that you include the title and the author. It's attractive. You clearly took time in it. Events, character, and theme are clearly represented in the examples. It shows me that you were thinking hard about what you chose. Any interviews that you choose to do, like if you choose to interview one of the characters, it needs to be creative and prepared beforehand, things like that. Make sure that you have proper grammar and all that. The literary analysis is the one thing that everybody has to do. So whether you choose to do the creative aspect or the oral aspect, you have to do a literary analysis, and that's the other 30 points of the score. 2 to 3 pages long. Remember, it is double spaced, so it's not as long as it seems. At least 5 paragraphs. So again, intro, 3 body paragraphs, conclusion. So you're going to explore an aspect of your novel or play. So you can pick characters, you can pick the setting, you can pick the mood, symbolism, figurative language, etc. You're going to pick one of those literary elements and talk about how it contributes to the overall meaning, right? So I could pick the setting and talk about how the setting contributes to the overall meaning of Harry Potter, even though that's a British novel. This should be an MLA format again, and again, have textual evidence as well. So like a regular essay, just make sure that you have textual evidence talking about how these affected the overall meaning of your story or play. If you have questions, mull this over the weekend, let me know. I lead on Monday, so when I come back on Monday, if you have questions, I can make a breakout room and we can cover everything.